Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about angle measures. First of all, I'm going to introduce angles, then we'll talk about the measures. So if you have two lines like these, that they cross each other at the point which we call that vertex, the space between them is called an angle. Any angle has an initial side and a terminal side. This is where we start the angle and this is where we end the angle. Angles are usually measured with degrees or radian. We're going to talk about degrees today and the radian tomorrow. Now let's see what is the standard position of an angle. An angle is in a standard position if the initial side lies along the positive axis, like the initial side can be here along the positive x-axis, this point. The vertex is on the origin, so this vertex which you see here should be on the origin over here. And then a positive angle is measured counterclockwise, so that means if I go this way, the direction of my angle goes this way, then it's a positive angle. But if it goes this way, then we have a negative angle. Now let's talk a little bit about this coordinate plane. Then we will talk about the measure of the angles. So usually on the coordinate plane that we are trying to draw our angle, we consider a circle like this, for example. We know that we always start from here, so this is the point 0. And then if we make the full circle all the way around this circle, and so we start here and make all around here, go back to where we started from, this point will be 360 degrees, because we know that a circle has 360 degrees. Then if I go from this point to the other side of this diameter, actually, that is half of the circle, so it's 180 at this point. This point over here is half the way from 0 to 180, so it's going to be 90. And this point, half the way from 180 to 360, so it's going to be 270 degrees. Okay, so if let's say I want to sketch an angle of, let's say, 60. So the angle 60, if I start from here, which is 0, and the angle is positive, so I have to move this way, I have to go this way. 60 is going to be between 0 and 90 and more close to 60 actually, so it's going to be somewhere like this. So this is my angle, which is 60 degrees. What if I wanted to draw negative 60? Then I had to go the other way, like this way. And I know that from here to here is again 90 degrees, but negative 90 because I'm going the other way. So angle negative 60 is going to be somewhere like this again, negative 60. Now let's try to sketch some of these angles. I want to draw 137. So I start with my coordinate plane. Draw the coordinate plane, and the start point always is here on the positive side of the x-axis, so I'm going to draw my start point here. Then I know that this point is 0, this is 180, and this is 90 to 70, and then all the way back here will be 360. So 137 is positive, so I have to go this way, and it's going to be somewhere like, let's say, here. It's a little bit after 90 and before 180. So the terminal side of my angle will be like this over here. So to draw my angle, to sketch my angle, I draw the initial side, then the terminal side, and then I need to show the direction, like which way did I move? This way. So this is 137 degrees. If I don't draw the direction, then it might be considered 137, or even this one. But this is a negative angle, which is not 137. It's different. So make sure you draw the direction of your angle to show that you have moved from here and stopped at this point. Okay. Now let's draw 362. 362, again, the initial side is here, and the terminal side. 362, we know that this is 0, 180, and then all the way back here is 360. And 362 is 360 plus 2 degrees. That means to draw this angle, I'm going to start from here and go to 90, 180, 270, and 360, and I don't stop here because I have 2 more degrees after that. So I go a little bit after that here. And then I can draw my terminal side, which is something like this. So to show this and to sketch this angle, I draw the initial, make 360 and 2, and then this is my terminal side. And then I should never forget about this direction. So to show that you have moved actually from here, made a whole circle, and then went a little bit after that. So this is 362 degrees. Okay, now 400. We know that 400 is a little bit more than 360. It's actually 360 plus 40. So to draw this angle, again, I'm going to do something like that. So I start from here. This is my initial side. And then to actually draw 360, let's say this is my terminal angle. So I start from 0 and I make a, go to the positive direction, 90, 180, 270, 360, and another 40 degrees here. So it's like this. So how did I draw this angle? I started from 0, made a full circle here, and then went a little bit after that here. So this is 400, and this was the direction of my angle. Now to draw negative 40, negative 60. So again, we start from here, which is 60, and this is my initial side, and the terminal side, because this is an angle which is negative, instead of going this way, I'm going to move this way. Negative 60 is somewhere like here before reaching to 90. So this is 0. Because I'm moving this way, this will be negative 90. This is negative 180, negative 270, and negative 360. So this is your angle, negative 60 degrees. Now 137. Okay, so this is my initial side, and then the terminal side, my angle is negative, so I have to move this way. We know that this point is 0, this is negative 90, and this is negative 180. So 137 is going to be somewhere between 90 and 180, maybe somewhere like here. So I'm going to move my angle from here, this direction, past 90, and then go to somewhere like here, 137. So this was the direction, negative 137 degrees here. Okay. So this was about angles in degrees actually, and how to draw them. Then we're going to talk about coterminal angles. The definition of coterminal angles are here. Two angles in a standard position that share the same initial and the same terminal sides. So let's explain about this. I'm going to open a new page here. This is my coordinate plane, and let's say this is my angle, initial and the terminal side. So this is my initial side, and this is my terminal side, and this is my angle. So this is my original angle, and I want to find a coterminal angle. Based on the definition that we have here, two angles in standard position that share the same initial and the terminal side. So I need to find another angle here that has the same initial and the same terminal angle, but it's not the original one. So to draw an angle with the same initial and the same terminal, I just need to go the other way, like this way. So this will be my angle, my coterminal angle. Let's say my original angle was, let's say 50 degrees. Now, what is the measure of coterminal? Of course, it's going to be 360 minus this 50 because it's the rest of this circle actually. So the coterminal here will be equal to will be 360 minus 50, which is 310 degrees. I mean, actually, this is the measure of the angle, but the direction of this angle is negative. So coterminal angle will be negative 310. Okay. Now let's go to some examples. And before that, we know that coterminal angles will differ by 360 degrees or multiples of 360s. Let's explain about this a little bit. Okay, so we said that this is the coterminal angle, but here's the deal. We do not have only one coterminal angle. We can have multiples or basically infinite number of coterminal angles. Why? Because this is not the only angle that has the same terminal and the same initial side. I'm going to show you another angle which has the same initial and terminal side. So I start from here. Let me erase this. I start from here and go here. I'm not going to stop at this point. Just continue my way and just go and continue and stop this time on the terminal side. So what is the measure of this angle? 360 plus a 310. 360 plus 310, which will be 7 degrees. This is also another coterminal angle for 50. Why? Because this angle also has the same initial and the same terminal. I'm going to show you another coterminal angle. This time, I start from here and basically I forgot that this was the one that I just draw here was a negative angle because we started from here, we actually moved this way and this way. This was the negative direction, so it's negative 30, negative 360, and another negative 310 will be negative 670. Then another one could be this. I move this way. I start from here, but I don't stop at this point. I continue to go around, and then this time when I reach here, I stop at this point, at terminal side. So keep in mind, we always start from initial side and it ends at terminal side. It doesn't matter how many times you're going to make this circle. Finally, you need to stop at terminal side. Okay, so how far did I go here? I went 360 plus 50. Oh, sorry. This is not working. Anyway, I went 360 plus a 50 here, which will be 410. So as you see, right now I found 1, 2, 3 coterminal angles. I could make hundreds of them by just making more circles here, going around this circle like several times. That gives me another coterminal. So as you notice that I'm just having different coterminal angles by making different number of circles here, like going around for different times, either this way or this way. So that means the coterminal angles differ by 360s or multiples of 360 degrees. So there is a formula to find coterminal angles. Theta plus and minus n times 360. That gives me a formula to find coterminals. We're going to try this, practice this in the examples that we have here. Okay, so here we want to find 3 coterminal angles for 20. This is the coordinate plane, and my angle will be here. The initial side and the terminal side is going to be somewhere like this. So this is my angle, which is 20. Now the coterminal angles, one of them could be this one. So I moved actually 360 minus 20, so theta 1 could be 360 minus 20, which will be 340, but it was in the negative direction, so it's negative 340. The other one could be, if I move from here, go this way, and then stop at this point. So it's 360 plus 20. So theta 2 is 360 plus 20, 380. And then another one could be this. For example, I start from here, and then, so this is one circle, and then I continue another circle, like 2 360s, and then stop at this point. So theta 3 is 360 plus another 360 plus a 20, which will be 720 plus 20, 740. So this is how I find coterminal using the actually sketching the angle. Now I'm going to use the formula. We said that the formula is theta plus and minus n times 360. So I'm going to do the same thing actually. 20 plus 360. So the first time I put n as 1, and then I just added theta plus 1 times 360, which is this one. It's 380. And as you see, it gave us this angle, which we found by drawing. Then this time I'm going to do this 20 minus 360. That will be negative 340. And that's this one. Then I'm going to draw again. Use the formula again. This time 20 plus 2 times 360. Notice that this can be in parentheses actually. So we calculate 2 times 360 first, which is 720. 720. And then add that to this 20, which will be 740. And this is also the one that we got. So you have 2 ways to find your coterminal. One of them is drawing the angle or sketching the angle. The other one is using this formula. Okay, now let's practice this question. We have the angle which is negative 400, and we want to find a coterminal angle. We know that we have several of coterminal angles, but this question is asking for a specific one, the one which is between 180 and 540. So we have a limit here. We cannot write any angle that we want. Okay, so what should I do? I'm going to use the same formula, but I will pay attention to which n I can use and which sign I can use to get the value between 180 and 540. Let me just try this. Negative 400. I set the n equal to 1 and I use the plus. So 400 plus 360. This will be negative 40. As you see, negative 40 is not between 180 and 540. So this is not the answer that I'm looking for. So next time I'm going to do something else, negative 400. If I do minus 360, obviously that is not going to give me the answer because this will give me a negative angle, like negative 760. And it's not between 180 and 450. So this is also not my answer. I cannot use this one. So this is what I'm going to do. Negative 400. This time n is equal to 2. Negative 400 plus 2 times 360. And this is 720. So 720 minus 400 will be 320 degrees. And this value is between 180 and 540. So I take this one as my answer. So if you have an angle, you want to find a coterminal, and there is a limit, you just need to try different values, different forms of this formula to see which one fits into your interval. Okay, so this was our lesson for today. Hopefully you learned, and do your homework to practice what you learned here. Have a good day.